Hello everyone, welcome to the SolidWorks class. I am Girish Chand Misra, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, and I am instructing you on SolidWorks. Until now we have covered the basic interface of the SolidWorks. Now we are going to in some depth of the SolidWorks interface. When we start a new drawing, we click on this icon. After that, you will get which type of element you want to create. You can create part, you can create assembly, you can create drawing. So basically in this course I am going to emphasize on sketching only. So I will go to part and click OK. Then your part interface will open and it will take some time. So this is your part interface. Now if you go to sketch, then your sketching commands are active. But before going to apply the sketching concepts, we have to learn some controls of the AutoCAD. These are basically on the top of your interface. These are called controls. To show these controls, I have to create some 3D parts to show you what is happening in that particular command. One more thing you have to take care, that after clicking this sketch tab, you have to click on sketch. If you don't click on sketch, then your 3D coordinate selection pane will not appear. When you click sketch, then you will get option of clicking on which plane you want to create a drawing. I will select front plane from here. Then this sketch icon will be converted to exit sketch. It means you are in the sketching interface. You can exit from here and then go to the features, sheet metal, etc. It means sketching is useful for sheet metal, surfacing, means all these part. It means sketching is useful in other interfaces also, that are your surfaces, sheet metals, weldments, mold tool and data migration. All these interfaces use your sketching. After selecting the plane, you will get sketch here, exit sketch here. If you exit the sketch, it means you are out of the sketching interface. It means you have to enter in sketching interface to start sketching. If I click on sketch again, then once again the plane selector will be available. I will select the front plane. Now I will show you some controls of SolidWorks. So let us start. I draw a rectangle without dimension. Now I have drawn a rectangle and clicking escape I have left that. This is a rectangle. If I zoom using roller button, your mouse has left click, right click and one roller. If you roll on downward side, then it will be zooming, and if you roll upward side, then it will zoom out. So there are several cases in which you will found that it is either zoomed very much, size is very large, either zoom out in very large amount. So your whole sketch will be see like a point. It means you cannot identify it is your sketch or your point. So first control which is shown here, that is zoom to fit. Zoom to fit means whichever you have sketched, that will be limited to your screen only. Suppose I click on that. If I click that, then your sketch will be in your interface. It means it will occupy your screen size. If I zoom out very large, then also zoom fit will minimize the sketch to your interface. It means first control shows you whichever it is zoom in or zoom out, it is scaled up or scaled down, your total drawing will be minimized to your screen size. It means whichever you have drawn, that will shrink to your interface or zoom into your interface. It means all the area which you have sketched, that will be limited to your screen size. So if I move this using roller button, I move this and your sketch is not visible now, that also can be a problem. Once again this zoom fit window will bring to the screen. It means whether it is zoomed, whether it is minimized, scaled up or scaled down, or moved to out of the screen, then you can use this first button to bring all your sketch, all your parts, all your assembly to your screen area only. It means all your drawings, all your parts will be minimized so that it fits to your screen. Suppose I zoomed and your part gone upside, once again I will press, that will become in mid of the your screen. It means this button brings all the drawings within your visible screen size. So it is very useful command. Now the second one is zoom window, or if you use AutoCAD, then that is called zoom window, but in SolidWorks that is zoom area. If you select zoom area, then you have to choose a particular area like I am highlighting, that will be zoomed to your screen. It means you can zoom in a particular area also. Suppose I bring this, then it will also be zoomed. Again, size is not controllable, so you can press zoom fit, again your sketch will come to your interface. It means if size of your screen is smaller than your part or very larger than your part which you have created, whether your part is outside of your screen, because 3D space is infinite space, so your part could be outside your screen also. It may be scaled down so that you see your part as a point. It will be zoomed so largely that you cannot identify that it is a part or your SolidWorks background. Then first icon zoom fit will be useful for you, and if you want to zoom on a particular area, then second icon zoom to area will be useful for you. These two controls are very useful during sketching as well as part modeling, assembly, surfacing. In all interfaces this will be very useful for you. Now coming to next command, that is your previous view. Suppose we have switched to multiple views. We are viewing this. If you go to previous view, then your previous view will be visible. Previous view. It means you need not to set to previous view. If you want to the previous view, then just click on previous view. Your 3D your drawing will be, or either your 3D part will be automatically bring to previous view. You can go back and back, multiple step back you can go. Now coming to fourth icon. Fourth icon is showing for visualizing this fourth icon, you have to create a 3D part. So I am going to bring a 3D part in SolidWorks interface which I have created earlier. That is one assembly I am bringing to your SolidWorks. this is your assembly. You are doing a assembly here. This is basically a electronics project in which electrode, diode, cathode are visible here. This is a copper wire. I have applied transparency to them. You can hide the transparency. So this is your part, a glass part. It is a glass part, so you can view it as a transparent part. But we need to, suppose we have to cut it from any section, then you can use this cross section. That is basically a cross section in which you can cut your object from different planes. That is a one cross section. You can suppose you have made a machine of multiple parts and covered with some steel component or sheet metal component that is covered, then you cannot view inside the that part. So you can use cut section view, so you can peep inside your machine or component. You can see multiple planes, that is one cutting plane. At the same time you can rotate that plane also. It means that is not only perpendicular direction. You are free to rotate your cutting plane. You are free to rotate in x direction, in y z direction, and in z direction, whichever plane you want. That is one plane. At the same time you can add another plane, section 2, that is another plane. You can move it also. That is your second plane. One cutting plane, second cutting plane, and at the same time you can add third plane also. It means you can use up to 3 cutting planes to investigate internal parts of your machine. So this is your cross section button. If you click on OK, then it will be applied to your part. If you click not OK, then that will be cancelled. So if you want to peep inside your machine component or any specific part, then you can go using cross section. It means if you want to peep inside the component, then you can use cross section icon. That is your fourth cross section control. Now coming to next, that is your dynamic annotation view. Dynamic annotation view, for this you need a sketch. You can see as you are zooming, your dimension is also zooming. So that is dynamic annotation. Dynamic annotation means as you zoom the screen, your annotation, that dimension you have provided, that will also zoom in or zoom out so that you can read easily. It means zooming the part will not zoom the dimension. That will be visible to you every time in convenient way. So moving to next, I will create a 3D part. Go to the feature and create a box type icon. I have created this box so that you can visualize further commands. So before moving to further, I want to show you some mouse controls, how the mouse works. Basically, mouse has 3 buttons. One is right click, one is left click, and one is roller. Roller basically zooms, and as I am using the roller, it will zoom in, zoom out. If you press the roller, by pressing the roller you can revolve your 3D object. If you press the roller and move your mouse on your pad, then it will revolve the basically pan is not available here. Your cursor point is your center from where it will zoom out. So using the mouse, suppose I have come in this side and repeatedly I am zoom in zoom out using roller up down, then it will move opposite side of the cursor. If I press cursor in this side, then if I zoom in zoom out, then it will move. It means instead of using pan, you can use roller directly, because point of the zoom in zoom out is your cursor. So you can use cursor to move your object, like we were using a pan. So basically we will not get a pan command in SolidWorks. So these are basically the three commands. If you right click, then a command window will open that will show you which type of functions you can perform with that particular face, or whichever you have selected, whichever function you can apply on that will be using right click. Basically mouse controls, these three buttons are very useful. If you want to zoom in zoom out, use the roller. If you want to pan your particular, then you can go opposite side where you want to pan, then zoom in and zoom out. If you press roller, then it will automatically revolve. So these are basic mouse controls that I want to tell you before going to next command. Now let us go to the next control, that is your view orientation. We have created a box. You can orient this like this, you can orient like this, you can view from corner, you can view from top, you can view from bottom. It means it is not changing the view of the material of the object, but it is changing the location of the observer. If you want to go to this button control, then it will show a box around your, this will be a front view, side view, tab view, corner view, edge view. All these you can select from here. That is your view box. View box means you can go and view from this side, you can go and view from this side, bottom side, edge side, corner side. Everything you can select using this selection box. But if you want to choose some front, back, side, etc., then if you click on this button, then a interface will be visible here. That is your, if you click on this, then it will be top, it will be left, it will be front, right, back and bottom. All these views you can select. Either you can select isometric views. There are basically 4 cornered views, so you can isometric, dimetric and trimetric, whichever view you want to see, you can observe from these buttons. You can, at your convenience, you can choose from this box, and you can select front view, top view from this. It means that is observer view. You can view multiple type of views at the same time using the same button. Here you can see single view, 2 view, top and vertical 2 views, and all 4 views. If you click on 4 views, then your front, top, left, all these will be visible at the same time. Your front, your left, your top, your trimetric view, you can switch this on isometric, dimetric. So this is very useful for viewing in multiple views. If you zoom in, zoom out, all the parts will be zoom in, zoom out, and if you want to shift and roller, then it will zoom in, zoom out. All these things will be very clear using this command. You can switch back to single view anytime. I will go to front view once again. So this is basically views on the basis of the observer. I am sketching a rectangle, I am sketching a hexagon, I am sketching a ellipse. All these I will be covering in sketching controls, but now I am just covering. If you are sketching in your window and by mistake you just press the roller and this view is changed, then it will be very difficult to create further. So one specific command that is called normal that is also available in observer view controls. A plane and a arrow is showing at this, that is your normal. We will be using this normal control most of the time. So from the observer view control you will find this normal very useful and that will be used very frequently. These are basically available controls, but most of the time these will not be used during the sketch. Most of the time you will use your mouse to rotate your object, select that plane, and you will go here only for the normal button. So most used command is that is your normal. So focus on that. So these were your user control, your observer views control. Now moving to next. Next control is your material control. Basically that shows you display style, how your material is being viewed. You can click on that. First one, you have black line on the edges. Second one, the black line of the edges will be removed. Third one, that is your wireframe view. Basically you were viewing in AutoCAD, that was your wireframe view. You can see its background, you can pick its back corner also. If you show the background, then you can fully switch to wireframe. You can select the back side edges also. If you are in this view, then you cannot select the back corner, but if you are in this view, then you can easily select this view. And if you are in this fifth view, that is your wireframe, hidden lines and hidden lines removed. All these are material type of views which your material, how your material is being viewed. So whenever needed, we can switch to these alternative views. First one is edge, black edges will be visible. Second one is removed edges. Third one is removed hidden lines and your wireframe will be visible. Next is hidden line visible in dotted form, and next is hidden line visible in solid form. In this solid form, there is a confusion that this edge is in front or your back. It can be in front side, it can be in back side, but if you go to hidden, then dotted line will automatically indicate that this button is at the back side. And in this view you can identify this as front also. So these views are useful for selecting background lines, background points, etc. these are the material views. We will switch to our default view because that is very useful for part modeling, and you can switch anytime, then it means you can use all these at any time. Now coming to next, I want to tell you, wherever your eye icon is visible, if it is open, it means you are viewing. If this eye button is dim, it means you can show or hide something. Basically, eye icon, wherever it is present, it means you can show or hide something from here. If I click, then you can hide planes, hide axis. These are basically visible on your screen. If you want to hide this XYZ, then you can click and your XYZ icon will be. It means you can show or hide multiple things from here. You can show temporary axis, you can show point, you can show tolerance, you can show dimensions. All these, whichever is present on the screen, you can show or hide. If during the complex drawing or complex machine components, you will need these. Now is your next button is edit appearance. Appearance, basically you can apply on your parts. Suppose I click on appearance, then you will get a plastic. You can find here a metal. If I click on metal, then you will get a brass, and if I apply the brass on your material, it will be visible like brass. It means you have applied the material visibility to this material, this component, then it will be visible from here. You can change these appearances, you can accept, reject. It means you can apply the material views on your part which have you created. So this will be useful during editing your appearance. Now coming to next icon is your background. You can change background of your part also. Suppose I want to show this part in a factory layout, then you can usually apply this screen, this type of, that is your aspect plain white, manage favorite. If you country background, then it will be visible like this. It means you can see that your part is placed in some 3D space, which you can easily change from this box icon. You can click here, you can click cornered view. So this is basically, you can change background of the part. And this is your default view. So these controls are useful during sketching, during modeling, during plastic modeling, mold design. All these will be useful during your sketching and other works. So this was the basic interface of the SolidWorks. Now one more thing is remaining in the interface. At the left side you can see a tree, a specification tree. If you click on sketch, your sketch will be visible. If you click on so this is showing you whichever you have created on your plane, that is your specification tree. You can go back and you can go forward side using this specification tree. This interface will be used in your 2D drawing, in your part modeling, in your assembly. I will be covering all these during the learning a particular interface. Like we are going to start sketching now. So during the sketching, as this interface will be changing multiple time, we will be discussing at the same time. So this is basically your SolidWorks interface. You can go through this. So by these steps we have finished to our interface. From the next lecture we will be covering our sketching interface. Thank you.